Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Modern Warfare 3. Today we have a short news update video regarding Microsoft as well as the future of the Call of Duty franchise, because today Microsoft held a podcast where they discussed everything and anything involving Xbox as well as the future, and in there we learned some interesting things about Call of Duty. But before the podcast even happened, they did have an internal town hall yesterday for Microsoft employees, and it was leaked from that meeting that they all but confirmed that the upcoming COD, which is rumored to be Black Ops Gulf War by Treyarch, will be releasing in October. So do with that information what you will. It looks like Black Ops Gulf War will be coming out in October, which means roughly 8 months from now, we're going to have a new Call of Duty title. Now, going back to the podcast itself, they mostly were talking about everything Xbox related, but in there we did hear some things about COD, so let's just go ahead and jump into that. This is a direct quote from one of the executives over at Microsoft, and they say, Game Pass will continue to only be available on Xbox platforms and will have all first-party games playable on day one. Now, they did not confirm this, but Call of Duty is considered to be first party now that Microsoft purchased Activision Blizzard. So it seems like, it's not confirmed yet, but it seems like COD 2024, otherwise known as Black Ops Gulf War, might be available on day one as part of Xbox Game Pass when it releases this coming October. And they also mentioned in there that Game Pass is up to 34 million subscribers, which is actually pretty freaking crazy. They announced that Diablo 4, of course, is going to be the first Activision Blizzard game that will be coming to Xbox Game Pass. So taking that information there, it seems like they're going to be pushing Activision Blizzard games onto Game Pass over time. And if Call of Duty is considered to be a first-party Microsoft game now, does this possibly mean that the older Call of Duty games will also become available via Game Pass? Because we got games like COD 4, World at War, the original Black Ops 2, like all the old school games, right? They had a bit of a resurgence last year, if you guys recall. They went through and they updated the security on a lot of those games, which kind of like fixed the matchmaking essentially and made it so you could find matches much more quickly. A lot of people went back to play those old games and it was really fun. It was a really fun revival. Me personally, I was on World at War like all night playing Search and Destroy, feeling like I was 16 years old again. I had a blast with it, right? But the thing is, over time, you know, that resurgence kind of died down a little bit. Ultimately, the games didn't really last. In fact, I should do a video where I go back and check out all of those old titles here in 2024, and we're going to see like how many people are still actively playing them. But like I said, if those games do go to Game Pass, a subscription service that has 34 million subscribers, that would be insane. How much could that possibly revive? Again, games like Call of Duty 4, World at War, the OG Modern Warfare 2. Hell, if you're a fan of Call of Duty Ghosts, I don't care. If you're an Advanced Warfare fan, doesn't matter. All those games, if they get added to Game Pass, that might just revive a lot of them. And I don't even know if it's possible, but man, how awesome would it be if they added crossplay to those games? I'm no game developer, right? It's kind of funny. Every time I talk to my grandparents, they're like, oh, you make video games, right? And like, I've been a YouTuber for like 13 years now. No, I don't make the games. I cover the games. I don't know the first thing about putting together a video game. I really don't. But how awesome would it be if they were to somehow add crossplay to those older games? Because right now, Game Pass can be played on Xbox and PC. But let's just say like the OG Modern Warfare 2, that gets added to Game Pass. Well, even if that happens, Xbox players will only be able to play with Xbox players and PC players will only be able to play with PC players. Imagine combining those two player populations and also throwing in the folks over on PlayStation as well. That would be a massive revival for those older games, and those older games would essentially always be populated, or at least populated enough that you can go play and enjoy yourself and take that trip down memory lane. But I've also said it in the past where I feel like they should take those old COD titles and just make all the old map packs free. Like if you look up Black Ops 2 like right now on the Microsoft Store, if you want to buy the season pass for Black Ops 2 so you can get access to all the zombies and everything, it's like $60, maybe $50, something like that, like more than the price of the game. Like the prices of the DLCs never went down. If they were to make it so all the old map packs were free and only charge like $10, $15, maybe $20 at the most for those old games, they would see a massive resurgence in sales, not to mention if they end up on Game Pass as well. But I don't know. I don't know if they're ever going to actually go back and do that. It kind of seems like they want people to forget about the older Call of Duty titles and put all their eggs in one basket with the current Call of Duty title. But how's that working this year? here with Modern Warfare 3. That game is like historically bad when it comes to sales and overall interest by the community. Like it's not really working out, right? They have this massive catalog of COD titles that if they were to go back and somehow fix them and make them cross-platform and make the DLC free, holy hell, they're sitting on the golden goose right there. But we have heard in the past that securing those old games and protecting them from mods and hacks is nearly impossible. So I don't know if they're ever going to do anything like that. It would be cool. But again, just to recap the news here, Call of Duty 2024, Black Ops Gulf War, is apparently coming out in October, and apparently it might also be available on Xbox Game Pass on day one, and all the old COD titles may also be coming to Game Pass as well, which is pretty crazy. Now, obviously, there's a lot more that came out from the Xbox podcast, but we're a Call of Duty channel here. We're covering the COD news, and that's basically it. So I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Leave your thoughts and feedback on this news in the comments, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.